Hey y'all, I'm Aeon,
And I'm the Lioness.
and you're listening to Box number 512 podcast.
Grown Black Trans Woman Talk. Changing your world one conversation at a time.
The show begins now. Welcome to another installment of Box number 512 podcast, Grown Black Trans Woman Talk. I am your co-host, Aeon.
And I'm the Lioness.
So let's start with updates. I'll go first. So this weekend was a pretty chill weekend for me. I got to spend time with my mom. So last week I went to Baltimore to get my hair cut and color, as you can see on camera. Needed a reset. Shout out to my barber and colorist.
Oh, so I just lean into the light, a little sister that can get some other goodness. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, so when I went to Baltimore, I surprised her. I stopped at my mom's house and surprised her for a little bit before I came on back to DC. And it was just good to hug my mom. I haven't seen my mom since September. And me and my mom, we talk like every other day or every couple of days, but nothing compares to hugging my mom, giving my mom a kiss. And then my dog, Savannah, she was she was losing it, which shocks me because the last couple of times I came home, she acted like I was a complete stranger. So she was flipping and acting all crazy, but it was good to see my mom. And then me and my mom got together last weekend. She came down to the DC area. I caught the train to meet her. We got manicures and yeah, we went to go get Mexican food and just really have a good time. And it just, my mom is one of those people like you never take for granted when you have a parent that no matter what it is, it could be like the littlest thing. They'll drop everything to come check on you and to come see what's wrong with you or see what's going on with you. And my mom is even through our ups and downs, has always been that type of mom. And during these times, it just means a lot for us to have these moments together. And part of us it was so hard because there was so many places we wanted to go to, but we couldn't go to because of COVID, or we wanted to go to other restaurants, but they were so packed this thing. And the weather was, it was cold as hell this weekend, but I'm glad we got to spend time together. I look forward to spending more time with my mom. Also, still on the job search. So for those of you who don't know, my position will be coming to an end in September. And I know people are like, why are you looking for a job early? But in the legal world, you kind of have to find your job like a year to 6 months in advance. It's just the nature of the system. And just trying to find a job, trying to find a job in COVID, trying to find people that actually want to hire Black people. Let's keep it real. Black trans women. It's hard and it's a game, but I just want to, I have to be encouraged because I have to pay my bills. One, that's what keeps me motivated. And I want to continue to practice law, but I'm gonna keep it real. Like, being in this field, I have gotten so many rejections, and it really happens to the best of us. But you have to have that tenacity. You have to keep it going. But I'm not gonna lie, it does get discouraging at times because I know that I am qualified and I know that I am passionate, and I know it's a game of opportunity and access to who's going to give you the chances. And typically they give those chances to white people, white cis-assuming people. And, it can be frustrating sometimes, but y'all just keep me in your prayers as I move forward. Hopefully I can secure the bag soon and make sure the ink is dry so that I can secure my financial future, which is important for me as a single Black trans woman making it on my own, and which is important for the advancement of my legal career. But I'm still on the path to finding post-employment after my fellowship. But those are the two big updates that are going on with me. What about you, sis?
Well. So for me, life is good. as with anything, you have your good days and your bads throughout the week. But this week in particular, I've shout out to my husband for creating a really, really good safe space at home. We've been really, really good, and so that's always good. So then I've been feeling very relaxed. I have some exciting things in the pipeline that are coming up soon. Um, I applied some my nonprofit stuff is now beginning to I have some new beginnings that I'm excited about. So we'll see what God has in store. Stay tuned, guys. The Lioness is gonna have some drops for you. Um, and other than that, I'm just, I've been looking forward to talking this to you today. I know we have a lot of content we want to put out. There's so much going on in the world. I personally, we're going to talk about it on another episode, but I personally am just floored by the Meghan Markle interview. And I just stand behind her as a woman of color. I believe every word. I believe they questioned whether or not that baby was going to be dark. I believe everything that she said sounds like what we know to be true about the institutions of society. So, just feeling that, and I've been in a really goddess space lately. Particularly today. I mean, I don't know, the stars are aligned, but I just feel really good. So I'm gonna just roll with that wave and enjoy life. And I do have just this much of a headache, and that's always, but I'm in a good mood otherwise, and that's what's up. So yeah, girl. So let's tell it. So tell them a little bit about why we're here today, Brianna. What this episode is going to be about, girl.
So this episode is going to be centered on me. I guess it's going to be an Aeon takeover. So I recently had an experience where I dated a trans man, and I learned some things about myself, and I learned some things about the other person. And it was just what you call ninja training, just a crash course in dating and getting to know people. And really, before you go too deep, just assessing whether somebody is a good match for you, and just particular nuances that I experienced being a trans woman, pursuing a trans man, and just my experience. Now, I want to preface this with this. Names will be changed because, though this is my story and I'm telling my story, I do respect the person's privacy. But I feel like it's a definite learning lesson in what I went through. And also, my intention is not to be disrespectful to the trans masculine community in any way, shape, or fashion. But again, I just want to tell my story in the most honest and candid way possible. So before we get into how I met this guy, we'll call him Nathan for all intents and purposes of the story. Um, I have been somebody that I have dated cis men, black and brown cis men, but I am definitely trans man attracted. I am attracted to trans men. Trans men are in the variety of people that I would date. I actually I was talking to a trans man like in 2015 or 2014. A trans man. He lived in Memphis, and we were dating. We wanted to date and get to know each other with plans for us to eventually be together. And actually, before I transitioned, the first boy that I ever like talked to or met in person and explored my queerness with was somebody that was an AFAB person. Now, I don't think he was a trans man, but he was definitely male presenting and AFAB. That's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother story. Shout out to him. But I've always been open to dating trans men or trans masculine people. In comes Clubhouse. So some time ago on Clubhouse, there was a panel uh, where it was a topic with trans women asking trans men questions why they don't take trans women seriously. And there was a gentleman in there, Nathan, who just intrigued my interest because his whole his whole vibe, his whole persona gave me what I was used to in cis men, like very aggressive, like very confident, very flirtatious. So a part of my personality is when masculinity is in the room and it's telling me what I want, I'm going to interact and I'm going to flirt back. He was receptive. We were playing in the like not playing, but like talking, flirting back back and forth with each other in a playhouse room, which then led to and so not Playhouse, on Clubhouse, for the social media tags that I had for my profile on there, they're directly connected to the Box Number 512 podcast Instagram page and Twitter page. Clearly promotion of the podcast and everything, particularly on Clubhouse. So Nathan reaches out to me on there, and he reaches out a couple of days later, which I'm not gonna lie, it turned me on that not only did we have that conversation, but he kind of pursued me. And then once we connected, I referred him back to my personal page and we started DMing each other. And the convert and though he's a trans man, I'm a trans woman. I'm not in the mindset of, oh, I've never dated a trans man before, or like just like a hesitancy of dating with trans men. I'm definitely at an age and I'm at a point where I'm receptive to masculine energy. So the conversation that we had was very like, it was very up my alley. And then in addition to, so just describing what he looks like, um not middle age, but like mature gentleman, light skin, nice haircut, nice deep booming voice, just confidence, hazel eyes. Like they're like, if anybody knows me personally, you know, most of the men from my past, they tend to be of a lighter, fairer. It's not that I'm opposed to the chocolate. I'm an equal opportunity, but that's just who lives for me. So he definitely fit the bill of men that I used to. So physically attracted to him. He's shorter than me, but that's not really a deal breaker for me. And actually, I prefer shorter men because I like the confidence and I like the how short men I have interacted with are not intimidated by me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then on top of just the attraction, um, we just seem to be connected on a lot of stuff. We shared the same birthday, we shared the same sign, so that was really dope. And just from talking, I could just tell that we, in a lot of ways, we saw the world the same way. We had similar perspectives. He works, he has his own place. Gentlemen, everything was going good. And I'm getting excited because typically, especially with men, I don't really get excited about men.
Right.
I just like it's very once in a blue where I get excited about men, where I feel comfortable around a man enough where I'm texting all day, where I want to talk on the phone, but it takes a certain type of connection and a certain type of personality for one, you to not get on my nerves and for me to be into you like that.
Right.
So the interaction went from us going back and forth to DMs to us texting, and then like the latter half of the night, it went to us being on FaceTime, which is something that I rarely do. And we're just talking and getting to know each other. And by the end of the night, I was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe I met this person. I can't believe that they're trans. I can't believe that I'm having this connection. I can't believe that we are comfortable. Like, I'm comfortable like this. And everything was going good. So, this person in the bedroom. So, let me preface this about myself. I'm a girl. I like to have my fun. I like to experiment. But in relationships, just to be honest, I see myself more of drawn to a man that sexually plays like the oral top role.
Right.
Like I see myself being a bottom in a relationship, but I like, to get much. I like for my men to very well know how to pleasure me and know how to work me on top of me. Like that's what, if I'm getting in a relationship, that would be the most suitable partner for me. Mm-hmm. So when I came across this person, and even he sold himself as a total top. Now with trans men, I have came across trans men before who gave I'm a total top. And that's up my alley. And as somebody that is sexually expansive, and as somebody that has dated cis men that don't have the biggest genitalia, but we make it. Thank you for listening to another episode of Box Number 512 Podcast, Grown Black Trans Women Talk.
And don't forget to become a patron on the Box Number 512 Patreon page, where we have all new exclusive content.
And also, don't forget to follow us on our social media, on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. And also, become a subscriber on our YouTube page. Until next time, bye.